Now in this we are studying chapter 4 oscillators. So now we will discuss about oscillatory circuit. So oscillatory circuit is used for producing oscillations, and oscillatory circuit is also called tank circuit. In basically oscillatory circuit or a tank circuit, we use a inductor L. We use an inductor L and a capacitor C. Both will make a tank circuit, and they are used to produce the oscillations. Initially, suppose the capacitor is already charged with the DC source. In that case, the upper plate of capacitor has excess of electrons and lower plate has deficiency of electrons. So a voltage is developed across the capacitor. Here we can say that a voltage is developed across the capacitor, and now if we have a switch S here. If we close this switch, right, then due to then the capacitor discharges and the current flows through the inductor. Due to inductive effect, the current builds up slowly to the maximum value, and when the capacitor discharges completely, the magnetic field is developed across the coil, and that will be maximum. Now what will happen next? Once the capacitor is discharged completely, then magnetic field begins to collapse and produces a counter EMF according to the Lenz's law. So the capacitor is again charged with the positive charge on the upper plate and the negative charge on the uh, uh, positive charge on the upper plate and negative charge on the lower plate. Once the capacitor is fully charged, now it starts discharging, and it again produces a magnetic field around the coil. So the continuation of charging and discharging of capacitor, and due to this magnetic field, right, there will be an alternating motion of electrons in the or the oscillatory current. The interchange of energy between N and C, it will continue and it will produce continuous oscillations. The frequency of oscillation produced by tank circuit depends on the value of L and C. So the frequency of oscillation in the tank circuit will be the actual frequency of oscillation is called resonant frequency or the natural frequency, and that is denoted by Fr is equal to 1 over 2 pi under root LC. So whatever will be the value of L and C, so this frequency of oscillation will be different. So let us talk about the value of the capacitor that we use for the oscillation in the circuit. Now we know that frequency of oscillation, it is inversely proportional to the square root of the capacitance of a capacitor. It is inversely proportional to 1 by under root C. Now suppose if the value of C is large, if value of C will be large, then the charging and discharging period of the capacitor will be large, and it will produce lower frequency. The frequency of oscillation will be less. Now similarly, what should be the value of L, inductance L? So frequency of oscillation is proportional to square root of self inductance of the coil also. Now if the value of L will be large, inductance will be large, the opposition to the change of current flow is large, or you can say it is greater. So the time required to complete each cycle will be longer, and that means the time period will be longer, means the frequency will be lower, because time and frequency are inversely proportional, so that will be longer. So what we can say here, that the value of the frequency of oscillation or the resonant frequency is F naught is equal to 1 over 2 pi under root LC. So depending on the value of L and C, the oscillation frequency can be determined.